Have you ever actually stopped and thought about why we buy the things we do? You know, it feels like a single choice at the moment, but underneath it all, there's this whole hidden world of psychology at work. So let's pull back the curtain and take a look at the invisible forces that are steering our shopping carts. I mean, seriously, think about the last coffee you bought. Why'd you do it? Was it just for the caffeine? Or was it maybe the cozy feeling of the shop, the ritual of it? Or maybe you were meeting a friend? That one little decision, it actually tells us a whole lot about what we're going to talk about. You see, every single thing we buy, whether it's a candy bar or a new house, it all starts with the exact same thing, this little internal spark. And that spark has a name. It's called motivation. It's basically the engine that takes us from I want that to I'm getting that. So what exactly is consumer motivation? Well, think of it as an itch you need to scratch. It's that push from inside that says, hey, there's a need here that isn't met. And it gets you to go out and find a product or a service to fix it. It doesn't matter if you're hungry or bored or trying to look cool. Motivation is what gets you off the couch. Now, this pyramid model pretty much nails it. It comes from the psychologist Abraham Maslow, and his whole idea was that our needs are stacked in a specific order. And it makes total sense when you think about it, right? You're not going to be worried about your personal growth goals if you haven't eaten all day. We have to take care of this stuff at the bottom, the basics, before we can even dream about climbing to the top. And our needs, they come in different flavors. Some are biogenic, just basic biology, like being hungry. Others are psychogenic, all in our heads, like wanting to feel accepted. Then you have the utilitarian needs, which are super practical, and the hedonic ones, which are all about feeling good, pleasure, excitement. That fancy watch, it's not just telling time, it's hitting that hedonic button, and probably that esteem level on Maslow's pyramid too. Okay, but motivation isn't just this one thing. It actually has two sides. It can either be pulling us towards something good, or it can be pushing us away from something bad, kind of like two sides of the very same coin. So on one hand, you've got positive motivation. That's the pull. It's the drive to get something awesome, like buying a sharp new suit because you want to feel confident and land that job. But on the other hand, you've got negative motivation. That's the push. That's about avoiding a problem, which is why we buy things like insurance. We're trying to dodge a bullet. So it really boils down to the simple question. Are you chasing a gain, or are you trying to prevent a loss? Buying a fitness tracker is all about chasing a gain. Better health, right? But buying a security system for your house, that's all about preventing a loss and satisfying that deep need for safety we saw earlier. And let me tell you, both are incredibly powerful drivers. But here's where it gets tricky. Our motivations aren't set in stone, not at all. They're constantly changing, shifting, evolving, not just through our lives, but sometimes even from one hour to the next. And they definitely change over our lifetime. As a teenager, you're probably all about fitting in, so you buy the trendy stuff. Then, as an adult, your focus shifts to practical things for the family. You need a reliable car, a bigger house, and then later on, health and comfort start to take center stage. Our priorities change and our shopping habits change right along with them. And it's not just age. A big social trend, like everyone suddenly caring about the environment, can make you want to buy sustainable products. Your mood totally matters. I mean, who hasn't stress-eaten a pint of ice cream? And of course, the world around you. You're not really motivated to buy a parka in the middle of summer, are you? Okay, so you're motivated. You've got that itch. What happens now? Well, you start to see things differently. This is where perception kicks in. It's the unique lens that you, and only you, use to see the world of products out there. Perception is just our way of making sense of the crazy amount of information that's constantly being thrown at us. And it is so personal. You and I could look at the exact same ad and walk away with completely different takeaways, all because of our own past experiences, our own beliefs. And it happens in a flash, really. It's a three-step dance. First, there's exposure. You see an ad. Then there's attention. You actually decide to focus on it for a split second. And finally, interpretation. You figure out what it means to you. Honestly, most of the stuff we see never even gets past that first step. This is why we all have something called selective perception. Our brains are basically wired to pay attention to stuff that's relevant to what we need right now and just tune out the rest of the noise. So, if you're on a health kick, your eyes will zoom right in on the low-calorie label and probably completely miss the fact that it's packed with sugar. All right, let's get to the last piece of the puzzle. We need to zoom all the way out because our motivations and our perceptions, they don't just exist in a bubble. They are shaped by the biggest force of all, our culture. And this is the key. Culture is like the blueprint for our lives.
It tells us what's good, what's bad, what we should want. It basically defines our needs for us before we even really thinking about them.
See how it all connects? Culture sets our values, which determines which of Maslow's needs we focus on. It decides what's a practical purchase versus a fun one. It even nudges us toward either chasing gains or preventing losses. It's the invisible architect behind every choice we make. So there you have it. We've peeled back all the layers, from that initial spark of motivation, through the personal lens of perception, all the way out to the culture that surrounds us. So the next time you're about to click buy now, just pause for a second. Ask yourself, what's really going on here? Am I chasing a gain, avoiding a loss? And what invisible forces are actually guiding my hand? The answer might just surprise you.